I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Billy Beans, and I'm here with Rick with the mic.
What is going on?
Chilling? Like
Yep. We just got WrestleMania weekend. It was great.
Yes.
Everybody watch the Firefly Funhouse, please. And the Boneyard match.
I mean, listen, if you'd have told me in 2020 that I'd be hyping up something called the Boneyard match, I wouldn't believe you, sir. And to see those puppets do those magical things that they do in the Firefly Funhouse, please check that out.
Yes, a lot of fun. We have a full review of WrestleMania on the Wrestling Babble podcast that we recorded earlier today. It'll be up fully edited sometime later this week.
So make sure you go to Mark with the Mic on YouTube.
Yep.
You can check it out now because we finished it today.
Yep.
YouTube is pretty quick about getting up. So
Yep.
if you want to hear it quick and dirty, go to Mark with the Mic on YouTube.
Yeah.
But this is our podcast where we usually talk about pop culture, video games, things of that nature. This week we will be featuring The Verdict, featuring 1993's blockbuster main event movie, Super Mario Brothers. And that's basically where we have gone back and watched the movie after all this time and give a pretty, well, I would say honest review of it.
Yeah.
Some of them, even if we don't like the movie, we'll try to find something decent about it.
Yeah.
But surprisingly this week, we both came out of watching the Super Mario Brothers movie positive.
Yeah, like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, as cheesy and as stupid as it was. I enjoyed that damn movie.
Yeah, it was, I don't know why. It was fun.
Yeah.
It felt like an adventure because you definitely got to go places.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that as we get into it. There is an eye for small details. So like they didn't forget a lot of things, but a lot of what they interpreted everything as in this world is just fucking weird.
Yeah.
So like you'll see a lot of things you remember, or you'll hear a lot of the names
Yeah.
of characters, and you'll be like, well, why is this guy that person? Why now? Why him? Why her? Why them? So that's basically the question that you'll be asking yourself watching this entire movie. Why?
Yes.
Why that? So,
But overall, it's considered not your best movie, but it's things that it has character to a point that you're like, hey, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
So just for comparison to the official outlets, IMDb has a 4.0 and a commercial for Sonic the Hedgehog on the page. It is the most trash thing I've ever seen. I hope whoever did that gets a few dollars taken out of a paycheck for being an asshole. Listen, so, like, how do you go to the movie page and the first thing is an ad for
the rival
main competitor? Like, that's crazy. Damn, son.
It's like watching a WWF show and WCW commercials come on between.
Speaking of, if you watch the Firefly Funhouse, please. The match between, oh my goodness. Speaking of WCW on a WWE thing, damn, son.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, I'm just going to get back to the disrespect.
Yeah.
But like, but then again, we can put this into talk about the movie and I guess the mindset of everybody back then too.
Yeah.
Back then, you gotta remember, it was Genesis or Nintendo, and it was do or die back then.
Yeah, and
Back then, people would not be friends over systems. Like, it was like we had the luxury of that, right?
I was friends with everybody. Didn't have a system I did.
See, you were lucky. right? Because I knew kids that was, yo man, yo I got Super Nintendo. What? Okay. And then they like, yo, Genesis Sega sucks, dude. Yo, it's garbage. I'm like, what? And then they will always bring up.
Sega.
They will always bring up either Contra 3 and be like, yo, you seen Contra 3? Or they would bring up Super Castlevania. And let me just tell you, in hindsight, those two games are complete trash in comparison to the Genesis version. Contra Hardcores is a better Contra game in every way. And even people who love Super Castlevania will tell you that when they go back and play it now, it was kind of janky.
Yeah.
So, listen, you had me believing lies, sir, or your fanboyism. Not you. I'm just talking about in general. People will have you believing weird things to be a fanboy back in those days. So, I can see the hate for this movie from a lot of people. It was so. I can imagine so many people who didn't even want to watch it just said it was bad.
Yeah.
And so, since we went back and watched it, like, in your honest opinion, was it a bad movie? Do you regret watching the movie a second time, or however many times you watched it?
So,
you regret watching it again?
No, I don't. Like, I honestly enjoyed the cheesiness of this movie.
Okay.
I think the movie, I could see the movie being the flaws the movie had and things like that, but if you take it out the context of being its own entity, as in it's a Super Mario Brothers movie, yes, but it's not based on Super Mario Brothers, because honestly, the game never really had a consistent story. The only thing I really had was the Mario saving the princess. That's the consistency of the story. The rest.
Stop right there. Hold on. There is a little bit of story in the book, but the only thing I want to point out is the dark secret.
Yeah, that there were bricks.
Lots of people. that's creepy and that's weird.
Yeah.
So, if that's true in Mario canon, that the blocks are people, then why can't this movie exist?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really think about it, like, man, that's some weird stuff. These two, because remember, okay, we can get into the story.
Yeah.
So, one thing is similar. Mario is a plumber from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That much is similar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then basically we just go from there. Like, they go in two different directions.
Yeah. So I'll put a little synopsis to it, and then we say the actors. So it came out in 1993.
Mm-hmm.
Was a PG-13.
I can see it.
You had starring John Leguizamo.
It's regular PG.
Regular PG.
Not PG.
Oh, it's regular PG. Yeah. Yeah. Bob Hoskins, known for Roger Rabbit. You have John Leguizamo, which is known for.
Or after.
This is after.
This is man. All right. Go ahead.
Dennis Hopper. Samantha Mathis. Fisher Stevens. Fisher Stevens was the Indian guy in Short Circuit and 1 and 2.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Holy crap. Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And he was when I said he was Iggy?
He was Iggy, yeah.
Man. So that and that's just another stick in my craw, basically. If I call it that. It's just that why? See, here's my first why.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty early on in the movie. You're introduced to those characters.
Yeah.
And it's just why them? Why them? So go ahead. Keep just list. You have any more people on the list?
No, that's about it. That's the only one I know for a fact that you would know him for something is Fisher Stevens. Was then he was the Indian guy in Short Circuit.
Okay, and that's surprising. Like, no, so I didn't know who he was before you told me that.
Yeah.
But now I know, and that's interesting.
Yeah.
So we know who the stars are. We have very, very well-respected actors and actresses, right? So I just want to ask, did it feel to you like this was some type of high art piece or something? Like, I don't know why you get this level of people. Did you think I don't know, like they overestimated or something. Like they thought, oh man, we had it. If we get Bob Hoskins, who did Roger Rabbit, he said, because that came out not what 92 or 91?
91 or 90.
Wow. Okay, so even that much earlier. So he's very you can see his range, right?
88 actually.
Wow. That's damn. If you really think about 88 animation and what they pull off in that movie, that's pretty incredible. So, but that's okay. So take that into account, right? What I just said. You get him, you get John Leguizamo, who's an up and coming star, but you get somebody like Dennis Hopper. That's like a big name even for back then.
Yeah.
Like, you think they thought they had it in the bag?
So I know watching the documentary, watching the thing. I think Angry Nerd game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the movie had two different scripts.
Okay.
So one was very close to what Mario was supposed to be, and the other one was a fucking what we got, which was kind of like a. Honestly, I'll say it was kind of a way of a Fifth Element movie before Fifth Element.
I could definitely, yeah.
You can see the similarities. It was like cyberpunkish and things like that.
Yeah,
it was cyberpunk before cyberpunk. Mario did it first.
What was like the first big cyberpunk thing? Was it
Blade Runner?
Oh shit! Well, no, and then yeah, I guess. Damn.
So
Blade Runner was what, like 86?
Yeah, no, Blade Runner was early 80s.
It was earlier than that?
Yeah.
But isn't Blade Runner 83?
I know it was before Star Wars. 82.
I'm literally, it's 82.
82.
All right. You know, there's a lot of that. I mean, listen, you could draw a lot of parallels from that movie to this movie.
Yeah.
You know, not so much in the way of the acting, but bear with me for a second.
The kind of movie it is.
But yeah, it's like maybe they really were influenced by something like Blade Runner when they made this, because you said Fifth Element, and Fifth Element really does give me like yeah, they saw something and they just went for the future, right? They just said, fuck it, we're gonna draw our conclusions for the future.
Yeah.
And
so
this to that, but if you say that the biggest inspiration for something like this was Blade Runner, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I really could. This was like, it's like they took the one slum, and they like, let's make a whole movie in this slum.
Yeah, pretty much. The movie didn't have a crazy budget. Like, they had a low budget and everything like that, so they did what they could do with this movie.
Are you sure that they didn't just go find the remnants of that one part of Blade Runner set and then try to make a movie in there with the budget they had? Because if you told me that, I believe it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, yo, we got this set, it's free. Really? It was from Blade Runner. Alright, so we're making this kind of movie then.
Okay, you did say something.
That script goes in the trash. We're doing a new script. We're gonna use this one now. This one makes more sense. We don't have a mushroom going everywhere.
If you start putting pieces together, they might have got something for free.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, we just gonna take this right.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well. Oh,
it just makes
so this makes this. So what we're talking about right now, it makes a lot of sense, because where it's filmed, it's in Hollywood Studios, which also was filmed. They filmed. Blade Runner was filmed there, but I'm not sure if they still have the same sets or anything.
I don't know, cause all right. So what we're trying to get at is quickly, and you don't have to go through the entire story of the movie, but the thing is that it starts in common. Mario is a plumber from Brooklyn. He has a brother named Luigi. That is it. Yeah. Right. There's a princess in the movie named Daisy, which actually you get story for more in the beginning. Yeah. It's what is it? Her mother running from whoever. I guess it's Cooper's Army. Yeah. Or something like that. They come and they kidnap her or kill her. Yeah. And the child. But then they need the child. I think the whole plot is you find out they need the child, so they want to take the child, but she's running with an egg. Yeah. And then she goes and takes it to a church, a human church. Yep, a Catholic church. A Catholic church, and they hatch the egg, and the egg has a baby inside, and so this is delivered with all the seriousness of Jesus' birth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they really go in with the cinematography. It's over dramatic as hell.
Yeah.
There's nothing funny about this. Cause like no, cause like it's ridiculous the tone of this movie.
Yeah.
The movie is not a serious movie. Like, so why is this part of the movie so serious? It's just like, dude, it's dramatic as hell. The nun, she's sweating, and she has this exasperated look on her face. Like, it's like I'm calling this stuff out because it's stuck with me. It's stuck with me. How dramatic this beginning part of the movie was. It was just like, dude, they're going for it. So if you took this as the tone of the movie, you would be really just like surprised.
Yeah.
Because it immediately, when it gets to Mario, it's not that at all. Like when they get to the introducing Mario, because basically, isn't it like after the baby screams, they go into the phone ringing?
Yeah, and they.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So it shifts focus like super hard, and tone like super hard, and it's like what is happening? So then they go to Mario and Luigi in their apartment. They live together. They're brothers. They, I assume, they share the Mario Brothers. But see, is it called Mario Brothers? Did you say Mario Brothers? Or did you say Mario?
They said Mario Brothers Plumbing.
Oh yeah. So the business is called Mario Brothers Plumbing. So
yeah.
They share the business right there. So they give you that. It's a real thing. He's taking a job in the beginning of the movie, and then you do find out almost immediately about the rivals.
Yeah.
So like they're like, we gotta go. Mario has this urgency. Luigi is into this program about, I think, dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like that ties everything in. You know, again, this is stuff that movies did a lot in the '90s, and like big budget stuff always does this. They always have to tie some character's interest directly into the thing that they're going to encounter later.
Yeah.
Like Luigi is super into dinosaurs, and he's like, whoa, the world, and it's old, and 20 minutes, because the narrative's like 20 million years ago, so 65 million years ago, and he's just sitting there like spaced out watching dinosaur stuff, and it's just so heavy-handed. And that's why we say it's just cheesy. Like, it's just, at this point, it's already cheese.
Yeah.
That the heavy-handed Mario Brothers plumbing business is right in your face. Mario, Luigi, one's older, one's younger. That's the thing. They don't really go into that. I think are they twins in that?
No, they're Mario's older.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of go the age-wise. Like Mario is the older brother. And then he was like his father, like a father figure to him too. Like they didn't have their parents early and things like that. So
that's a consistent thing. So
yeah.
Again, there's that. But they even go into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So they take the job. Mario's like, let's get out of here. Luigi's watching his dinosaur shit. And then they get up because he says there's money involved, and then there's the trope of the fledgling business. Oh man, we're hanging on by the seat of our pants here. And he goes, look, there's money. And then Luigi's like, all right, we gotta get out.
Yeah.
So, but he was eating pistachios on his chest.
Yeah.
And just shells. So,
Dump that shit on the floor. No respect.
Well, no respect.
A brother would punch him in the face.
Just come on. But like again, they really set the tone for like they're laid back. They're almost comical. They shit talk each other the whole time. They don't get too salty. It's PG, so there's not a lot of bad language here. But they immediately talk about the competition. I forgot what his name is already.
This is some Italian fucking name.
Scapelli.
Yeah.
They immediately talk about their immediate competition on their way there, and that's like the whole gripe is them trying to get money. This guy keeps taking all the business, blah blah blah. We still talking about dinosaurs, not giving a damn.
Yeah.
Driving crazy and reckless. Like even for 93, this movie came out, but even for back then, you can't do that shit. You would get pulled over in a hot second in New York. Come on, man, cut that shit out.
Yeah. So
it's flying down by the seat of their pants. Mario almost flew out the damn truck. Apparently, Bob Hoskins actually got hurt in this scene.
Yeah.
The swing door of the truck actually slid and hit his hand. So already we're off to a bad start. But again, if you didn't know this, you couldn't tell. Again, up to this point, I'm thinking it's just a buddy movie comedy, which it kind of retains for the whole movie. But again, they sold you something serious.
Yeah.
So
something that at least they make consistent is the plumbing company was owned by the mafia, which was also owned by the people that was trying to close down Daisy.
So okay,
they're both Scapellis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know that story. So what's that from?
So I'm looking at it and just because the plumbing company was called I can't even say the name. Scapelli's, as well as the construction company that was trying to close her down.
In the game too?
No, in the movie itself. Like they're consistent that it was the mafia that was trying to close both businesses down.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I just realized that. I was like, oh shit, they're both Scapelli. That asshole.
Yeah, but I didn't get that. And wasn't he running for like the mayor?
I don't think he was, but then again, they were trying to close that area out.
Yeah. Like he had this big then with the monkey scene and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize he was. Huh.
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't know that he was basically like another common bond between the place they were going. So you mentioned that, and then that kind of unites Luigi and Daisy. So they end up getting there, and that's her job.
Yeah. So no, they didn't get to where she was at. So Daisy, you see Daisy's beginning, and they were pretty much like digging up like
that's right.
Yeah, they were digging up it looks like the area underneath the Manhattan Bridge in Dumbo.
Well, see, wasn't it supposed to be the Brooklyn Bridge next to it?
No, it was Manhattan Bridge.
Okay.
That was Manhattan Bridge. I know that for a fact.
So see, you get that right.
It was a blue bridge. It was
Yeah. So
it's like in Dumbo. Right? That was that park in Dumbo.
Okay.
So she pretty much had like an archaeologist kind of thing going. They were digging out bones and things like that, and she already had the fundings and stuff like that. She had permits and everything, and the mafia wanted her to close it down because they wanted to make shit over it. So she was having issues, and then she left to make a phone call. The problems you have in the 90s trying to find a phone. She went to make a phone call, and that's when she meets Luigi, because Luigi was getting water out the store for the van that broke down. Luigi meets her.
He was gonna call, and Mario went to get the water.
Oh yeah, he was on the phone.
So that's how they ended up bumping into each other.
Yeah. So he was on the phone and let her use the phone.
Yeah, Mario went to the store, and he had a whole thing.
And he gave her a quarter.
Yes.
To use the phone. And then he started doing his little Mac and talking.
Yeah.
That they could drive her.
Instantly he falls in love with her, which is like a problem. Just like, what? Does he never leave his, like, has he never seen a woman before? Like, I don't understand. What's happening with this?
He likes dinosaurs and that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe because she's half lizard too.
Because she was wearing the clothes too, so maybe the clothes did it too. He was like, oh, she's the woman of my dreams. She's an archaeologist.
Yeah.
I don't care anything about you. I don't care if you happen to be a mushroom princess. I'm gonna fall in love with you.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing a vest, a white shirt, and cargo shorts. I don't care.
No.
I don't know, man. Already, the ham and cheese is already overflowing. I just gotta put this out there. His doe eyes during the movie was just hilarious, dude.
They were drunk as shit during the filming of this movie. I'm not surprised either.
you know what? But I'm just saying the way he was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was hilarious. Like he constantly made me laugh the way he talked about her.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, dude, you don't even know her. I don't get. But so well, I know when they actually do finish the problem, they also point this out that Luigi is a screw up, and Mario fixed the problem basically by himself.
Yeah.
So when he got back, they were done. He was done.
Yeah.
So when they get down there, was it that Luigi convinced him to go?
No.
Wasn't that where the job was though? 'Cause
No.
when they got
Yeah.
down
Yeah. So he offered a ride to her. They offered a ride to her to go to
Yeah.
the site.
Yeah.
And then he asked her out, and they ended up going on the date afterwards. And that's when she brought him to the site.
God. Yeah, Mario didn't know about the site until
Yeah.
then. He just brought her down there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then Iggy and Spike were following her during the date.
That was the thing too. That was an early thread. You're introduced to them, and they're looking for the princess. So they're kidnapping women in her age range.
Yeah.
So, and you get the news broadcast that lets you know that too, that there have been several women, mostly blonde and something, and somebody makes an offhand joke about it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was Luigi that made a joke about it, and that ends up tying into the whole story too.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just when you look at the movie from a perspective of, did this thing that I watched make sense in its own universe? Yeah, it did. It kind of explained a lot of the things that were happening and a lot of the little plot threads pulled together, but some of them are just too convenient.
Yeah.
Again, Luigi watching dinosaur shit just makes me laugh the entire
Watching dinosaur.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
But so and wasn't Jurassic Park mad popular too? Wasn't that?
No, because this was before Jurassic. Well, yeah. Wait, 93. No, the first Jurassic Park came out this year.
The same year?
Yeah, I think Jurassic Park came out.
Oh wow! So now I'm gonna have to look at the
Look up
dates
Jurassic
now.
Park.
So the date for this. Why does it say so long? So in America it was the 28th of May in '93.
Jurassic Park was June 93. This was May.
Are you telling me this was the first dinosaur movie?
This was before Jurassic Park. Yes.
Oh my. Okay. Scott Snyder doesn't like that news. He's pissed off. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
So now we got another discovery. This came out. This was the first dinosaur. This started the dinosaur craze.
Yeah.
I wonder if the people who made this thought, "Oh my God, we have to release this." Because I wonder when the marketing happened for each movie now. Damn it! See, don't make me look into this stuff. We have to do a part 2. But please don't.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit.
You see, there's so much to this movie.
Yeah.
This one movie. I mean, hey, look, it is Mario.
Yeah.
He is a cultural icon, right? Even though by 19 standards he was.
Yeah. Yeah,
already-
because you had Super Nintendo just coming out with Mario World, so this is why it's based on what it's based on too. Because it is Mario World that they're basing on, and like Iggy and Spike are 2 of the fucking kids they based those characters on.
Yep. At least 3 because when they started filming too, because at least the Koopa kids before they were just the Koopalings, right? Were they Koopalings from the beginning? Because they changed that recently.
Yeah, it was Koopalings.
But weren't they called Koopa Kids in the beginning?
I'm not 100% sure.
I don't have
the information.
I just went back to the cartoon. So
yeah, I think they were called the Koopa Kids in the cartoon.
okay. Cartoon still made less sense than this movie.
Yeah.
Just gonna put that out there. But I mean, even if you do go with that,
This
what
all
did you
goes
even
together.
have to think about it? Think about it for a second. What did you even have to base Mario off of then? So if by the newest game standards were, say Super Mario World wasn't out yet, and say Mario 3 was the last thing you had to go on, that game makes no sense.
Yeah.
You think about it.
So Mario
and
3, Mario
most
3
people-
never really made sense either, because Mario 3 was supposed to be like a play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just about to ask you. Isn't it to most people's like understanding that game is a play anyway? So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
It's still the story of Mario going through ridiculous worlds that have nothing to do with each other
yeah,
on his way to save the princess. And the only thing that keeps happening to him is they keep, what is it, in 3, they keep tricking him.
yeah,
And the place that she's actually in, they just keep flying her off somewhere else.
yeah,
Like that's the only thing. So instead of it being, here, a princess is in another castle. Hey, they left.
yeah.
They flew away. So go jump on this flying boat and find it. If you're telling me that that's supposed to make more sense than this movie, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh yeah, that's weird. So going on more further with this. So where we at? We're pretty much we did date. Pretty much they were getting followed and whatnot. Once Daisy leaves Luigi from the dig site.
Hey, we gotta talk about the date. Hey man, listen, Mario's date was awesome.
Yeah.
She was a stereotypical, I guess, supposed to be like, she looked like, wasn't she supposed to be Fran Drescher?
Yeah, yeah, kind of like that.
She was basically that stereotype.
Yeah.
And she ends up playing into the movie later too, which is funny.
Yeah.
But I just like to point it out that Mario has a date. What was her name?
I don't remember.
It wasn't Pauline.
Let's see if they have no, they don't really mention her name.
She was Daniela. That was her name.
Daniela,
So-
yeah.
So that's another thing that break away is that Mario's, I guess his girlfriend is not. I believe her name was Pauline. Was the lady he was saving in the original Donkey Kong or whatever.
Yeah.
So that might piss some people off.
Yeah, she also lined up being in Mario Odyssey.
Oh, they put the character in there, right?
Yeah, she's the mayor of the city. The
Song
city?
City.
Yeah.
I love the name of that city.
Yeah.
What's Donkey Kong there for? Is he the mascot?
I guess I don't
I
know.
never played the game, so I don't know.
It was a great game, but
It's
yeah.
funny.
But
And
yeah.
doesn't Mario wear a suit?
In that stage, no.
So which one does he get the pinstripe suit? The gangster look?
The
Or is
game's
that
still.
DLC?
That's if you have to unlock that too.
Oh, you gotta unlock the pimp suit.
Yeah.
Alright. So, well, you know what? So in this movie, they basically established that Mario has charm.
Yeah.
Got a girlfriend. He knows how to talk to women. He's funny on the date, and he's like charming to Daisy as well. Like he seems like a good uncle type almost.
Yeah.
You get that vibe with him and Luigi. Also, they get the story bits about the parents
Yeah.
during this date, so so Luigi and Daisy have more in common.
Yeah.
But they really just are like teenagers. I've never seen another person before.
Yeah.
You have the same thing in common with me? Oh, like they don't,
That's true.
like they don't know how to handle having somebody have the same thing in common with you. I don't know. It really looks funny
Yeah.
in retrospect. Like, damn, they are falling super hard. Have these kids been sheltered their whole lives?
I guess so. Like
I
again,
think-
she's probably
yeah,
focused on her job and everything, and he's busy being a space cadet.
I was about to say, she does mention that she was raised by
Nuns.
nuns.
Yeah.
And too. She's like, oh yeah, I was abandoned. She just dumps it out there bad
Yeah.
hard. I was like, that seems strange. She has no emotional attachment to what happened to her.
Yeah.
I am reading these lines off of a script somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That stood out to me. And then they finish the date. They go their separate ways. Luigi goes to drop Daisy off.
Yeah.
Actually, then they decide to go to the site because Luigi won't stop talking about it, and she's pissed off at the Capellis. So then they have something else to bond over, and then so they go to the site, and Mario like takes his date I guess, to her home, but they get her when she gets on the steps.
Yeah.
So like she immediately gets kidnapped. It's like fucked up. And Mario doesn't hear her. I don't know why. So he goes off in he goes back home. They go to the site. And so the plot thickens because boom, they go down there to look at the bones, and Luigi's freaking out, and then bam, there's a big ass leak because of the Scarpellis. They're trying to turn it or shut it down, right?
Yeah.
So they still have that story thread going on. So they're like, again, to this point in the movie, nothing supernatural except that baby coming out of the egg. Nothing weird except that damn baby in the egg is going on. So most of the stuff seems perfectly normal. Even the two guys that are in allegiance to Koopa, Iggy, and Spike, right? Is it Iggy?
They look
Spike?
somewhat
Yeah.
normal. Yeah.
Even those two guys, they look like just two dudes.
Yeah.
Just trying to kidnap women, which is already, it's already bad. But nothing like, what is this? So at this point in the movie, I'm already like, if this is always going to be, it wasn't really anything to get mad at.
Yeah.
Nothing I've seen thus far has made me angry or offended. The acting has been fine thus far, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just trying to get the hate. I'm trying to see where this is coming from, man. I don't get it. I still don't get it. Like, I'm watching this movie, like, the characters are likable. The situations are not relatable, but they, at least for the character moments, they are. And everything happening is basically like just a little, almost like a, for that era movie, like Home Alone's hijink type of thing going down, wacky characters and stuff. Nothing crazy, but we haven't gotten to like the real nutty stuff yet. But so far, what do you think of the movie?
So far so good. Nothing really crazy. The acting wasn't. It is what it is. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. But we're about to get crazy because at this point, well, I like that Daisy screams at Luigi, "Oh, this is great! You should know what to do when the pipes have bursted and he has no tools."
Yeah.
It's just like, oh man, he's just gonna take some gum and his thumb and fix it. That'd be awesome. No. So then they have to still run out of there, go get Mario to come back with the tools to fix it.
Yeah, he was an apprentice.
He was an apprentice, not the full plumber. But just in general, why would he have his tools on him anyway?
Yeah.
Because they went there after the date. And he didn't drive her there. That's the thing. He walked there. So they get back. They have the tools. They're in the middle of fixing it, and then I don't know. I forget why they oh no, because the Iggy and Spike were sitting in the car.
Yeah.
And they saw the van go into the site. They saw the truck go into the site.
Yeah.
Because they saw the Mario Brothers earlier with Daisy. So that's where they ended up grabbing the wrong girl from the date. That's how it all, it all starts to. It actually makes sense.
Yeah,
so
actually, and also you eventually see that they took multiple.
Yeah, we find out but it plays into the news broadcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
And the paper reports too, because they do bring it up multiple times. Also, the guy Scapelli, when he's threatening her, you should be careful in Brooklyn. A lot of girls are disappearing, especially blonde ones. And I'm like, what? So, actually, it kind of gives you the vibe that it's him.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with that then.
They kind of throw you off the scent, but you see what's actually happening not too far from it anyway. But so they're following them, and then they go down, and they know that's the site. They go down into the pipe, they follow, and as soon as you see Mario and Luigi fixing the pipes, they just come out of the entrance and just club them both and just knock them out in this comical fashion.
Yeah.
And then they kidnap Daisy.
Yep.
And they go into whatever you don't know where they go at first. You just hear her screaming.
Yeah.
Mario stops Luigi from going the wrong way. Is one thing I noticed. He's like, "Don't go that way. That's the echo."
Yeah.
Go this way. They follow. They find where her screams are coming from. They have to go down this crevasse this hole into the earth, if you will. I don't know about you, but I'm not chasing no white lady down a hole. A wet hole into the earth. Because if you look at I know it was like early 90s bad CG.
Yeah.
But if you look at the pit they were standing over, that is death.
Yeah.
That is, why are we going this way? This makes no sense. Mario is pretty scared. That's the other thing you notice. Luigi, his dumb ass is following somebody that he barely knows into a hole on an adventure for God knows what reason. Mario is like, what are you doing? Please stop this. You're killing me. So they find it. They get to the part where you see the, again, early 90s CG, her echo. Merc, I'm gonna stop here. When you see what's on the other side of this wall,
Yeah.
how is her face doing this? Think about it for a second. For 1 second, how is her face doing that? When you see what happens to you when you go through the wall, how does that happen? That's bullshit. I call bullshit.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is there's a part where her face can be seen making an imprint through the wall, and she's screaming out Luigi.
Yeah.
And what they show you in the movie is when once you go through that wall, you fall through hell.
Yeah.
Basically, you fall through some divide between dimensions. They give you this whole spiel in the beginning that the dinosaurs exist in another dimension. So, again, they've only told you the crazy. You haven't seen the crazy yet.
But also, she one key thing is that she left the rock with Luigi.
Well, he didn't. She didn't leave it. He snatched it off her.
Yeah,
neck,
he snatched it. Yeah.
I think in retrospect, when you look at how he did it, it was like, why did he do that? He had every opportunity not to do that.
Yeah.
He took that because he wanted it.
Yeah.
Luigi's an asshole.
He was gonna steal the shit, and pawn it.
No, he was going. Luigi is dark. Luigi is dark. He was like, I'm never gonna see this girl again. I'm taking a memento. He thought, in that one moment, Luigi thought she was dead.
Yeah.
That's what was on my mind.
Yeah.
Apparently not. But so that plays into the movie conveniently. So when you see what happens when you go through the wall, it makes that scene like 10 times less impactful.
Yeah.
That would mean that her body is either floating in space with the two guys grabbing onto her. How does she have that much power to float in space like that and stick her head out the wall? Or B, she's sticking her head in the wall from the other side of what happens to you, and her body is being stretched through space and time. That's terrifying. So I'm like, this picture they painted for me, I ain't with it. So anyway, they fall through this vortex to hell, but to get to the dinosaur dimension, you have to go through hell. This is basically what it looks like. I don't know. It looks like the same dimension that Nightcrawler goes through. Yeah. Except you don't see the little things floating around. So they make it to the other side of the dinosaur dimension, and I'm calling it this now. It's not the Mushroom Kingdom. It's a dinosaur dimension.
It's Dinosaur Manhattan. Dino Hatton.
Dino Hatton is specifically see, that's another thing. I mean, at least it's kind of consistent. If you go through the door to another dimension, they keep you in the same spot. Yeah, you're in the same exact point on I guess Earth, so it's the same spot. It's still Manhattan, but they would lead you to believe that they go far enough from Brooklyn that they get to 42nd Street. Yeah, that's a little. I don't really buy that, the space that they show you, but because think about it, they actually show you by landmark. Koopa is in the Twin Towers. So he's all the way at the opposite end of where Brooklyn is. You have to go through Queens. You got to go back into Manhattan to get there. Like from space wise, it's not just a walk to the Twin Towers. You got to go a long ass way. And then 42nd Street is where like the big ass gathering is. So it's just a lot of stuff because they mentioned. At one point, they mentioned 42nd by name in the movie. He goes, "Oh, if he goes, oh, I think the cop says it to him. Oh, you should see 42nd Street.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's
Like,
got something that's not happening.
the crazy thing about it is like the city itself. Like, it did not look like it was bigger than what it was. Because you remember the surrounding it when they land and where everyone landed was like a desert. And they had to they had to truck their way to the city, and the city itself looked like it's like so the city, like, they try to make it seem like the whole world is pretty much this, but when you look at it, it was like fucking desert, and then the city in the middle.
Yeah,
And they didn't have water or anything either. They had like this slime. I don't know what the fuck it was. It's nasty.
true. Yeah. Because when you catch up to our heroes after they fall through the whatever, their shirt. Well, Luigi is shirtless, and but see that they escaped from the cops with that, right?
Mhm.
Or is that before the chase scene with the cops?
This is before the chase scene with the cops.
Okay, yeah. Because that's after they saw where Spike and them were taking her,
Yeah.
and they got booted out.
Yeah.
So we just skipped over a few things. They lost a jewel
Yeah.
because Big Bertha took it from Mario.
Yeah.
You find that later though. This is before they get kicked out
Hold
into
on,
the
hold on,
desert. So, because the desert's pretty early in the movie.
Yeah.
Like after they get through, it's like right after. It's right after they fall through the portal. Daisy and she's being dragged off by the two goons, but there's like a big ass fence separating them, and that's when they look around.
Yeah.
And they're already in that big central hub.
Yeah.
that,
And they
like,
meet.
most of the
Yeah,
movie
that's
takes
when they
place in
meet Toad
later.
and all that shit too.
Which is like, I assume that was 42nd Street, or was that Brooklyn? Like they didn't go that far.
I think they're still in Brooklyn. I think it's Brooklyn.
So Brooklyn is a fucked up Mad Max hub now.
Yeah. And they saw like the difference of the cars and everything like that. And then you also had meet Toad. Toad was like a street singer.
Yeah, he was like a beat up jazz musician. That he was just annoying. That was
Yeah.
kind of the thing I noticed. His character would annoy most of the people around him.
Yeah.
But he was like not a freedom fighter, but he was woke, if you will.
Yeah.
He knew about the king and all that. But you know what? I don't like how he was basically exposition.
Yeah.
Because he stood there for 5 minutes telling you everything at one point.
Yeah.
And that's like, all right, really? You couldn't have done this in a more elegant way? Through additional characters, not just one man standing here telling you. He basically felt like an NPC. He was there just to push plot along. I remember as a kid feeling kind of bad for him.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, oh man, he was really just a plot device.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, he gives him the lore dump, half of the lore dump, excuse me.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to think what else happened before they get dumped out into the desert.
What was it? Yeah, Big Bertha.
Yeah,
The
she
whole scene
goes
with
walking
Big
for
Bertha.
Mario.
Yeah.
She
takes
jumped
the-
to Mario. This is the first appearance of the boots.
Yeah.
So here they go trying to tie in some video game stuff. I mean, this is about as much as it's gonna make sense, right?
Yeah.
Because think about this. Let's hold on. In the video games, Mario was introduced to you as a human being that is able to jump great heights by himself.
Yeah.
Bob Hoskins ain't jumping shit. So this is the plot device for how they jump super high. Big Bertha comes in. The only reason you know this, her name is Big Bertha. She is just Black Lady in Red at first. She jumps into the scene with these boots that have these jets on the bottom. So that's how they achieve the super jump. So there ain't no taking mushrooms and jumping high. Sorry, folks. It's not gonna happen.
One big thing you notice also throughout the whole the scenery is that everything has like a fungus, like it looks like cheese. I would like to say it's cheese,
like
but
cheese, or it looks like just like you ever been to somebody have like a old sheet,
yeah,
just like a old sheet just hanging around. Like it's clean, but it's old.
yeah,
It's just like that sheet that's been around for 10 years or something like that. That's what it looked like. Like the place was draped in just a one big disintegrating sheet, and it was like cheesy and stringy, and it was gross.
And that comes into play down the road. But I
Well,
just
so-
want you to see that in the scene. Like it's everywhere. It's all over the fucking city.
Yes, the Koopa is shown early looking like a germaphobe,
Yeah,
and he mentions the fungus.
yeah,
Make sure they don't have the fungus on him. Like he always says, clean him up, clean her up before, because when they get the princess, he's like, oh good, clean her up.
yeah,
I mean, they introduce him and that lady. She's actually a central figure in the movie.
yeah.
She is Lena.
Lena. Yeah, it's kind of like his wife, right?
I
Or like
guess.
henchman or some shit. Or like his main number one or some shit.
She's his mercy.
Yeah,
Like that's about it. I could put it to. Like
Yeah.
they seem to be romantically involved, but it's more like she's in love with him, and he just lets her do the things that he's doing. Because it's just like every time you see them, he's doing something, and she's just there.
yeah,
Like when they was in the mud pit, it's just weird.
yeah.
Um,
The mud pit. Because they don't have water. You got to think about how lizards like cool down. They use mud and shit.
mhm.
They're lizards.
Yeah, see, that comes into play.
These
too.
are
They-
lizard people.
Yeah, they're politicians basically.
Yeah,
So very early they give you the reason he wants her. They tell you about the jewel. They get pissed off because he gets pissed off really early because they got the girl but they forgot the jewel.
yeah,
It's a piece of the meteorite, and he needs that to merge the two worlds back together. That's his ultimate grand plan. So we know the evil overlord's grand plan.
yeah,
That's pretty early in the movie. Maybe like a half an hour in.
yeah,
Maybe 45 minutes. And then this is another thing they point out, how stupid the two main characters, the two main bunglers are.
yeah,
Iggy and Spike. And so he puts out the alert for the plumbers. That's the thing he does now. The alert goes out to the plumbers. So there's a big ass picture of them everywhere they go now. So the first mission that they have is to get clothes and get back to the jewel.
yeah,
But before they can even get situated, they're captured. That's when they're sprayed down and stuff. Like that's when because they get tricked at
Yeah.
first. Remember, they get tricked by Cooper when they first catch them.
yeah,
Because they as they get back into the city, they have that whole. This is what leads up to the cop chase.
yeah,
They had that whole thing where they captured them and Toad because Toad was playing music and singing anti-Cooper songs,
yeah,
and they got lumped up with Toad. Dragged into the headquarters, they realized, oh, I have the plumbers already. Cooper pretends to be a lawyer to get to them, to get the stone.
yeah,
So again, the movie makes sense.
Yeah.
Cooper's shown to be very sly, very very sinister, very smart to get what he wants. So he's at least trying to be diplomatic about getting the stone. He didn't want to kill him at first, see?
yeah,
So Toad gets thrown in with everybody else, and the Mario brothers are getting interrogated. They get sprayed down before they see him. Again, that's another thing, that Cooper doesn't want anybody to be infected with the fungus, because
Yeah.
that's what they say they spray you for. 'Cause particularly, they spray it down their pants, which is hilarious.
yep,
So they get to the interrogation room. They get interrogated. He flips out when they agree with. They agree because he's making Cooper seem scary at first. He doesn't call him anything,
yeah,
and then Mario says some unsavory things about Cooper. Cooper gets, he has no patience,
yeah,
no chill, but he doesn't crack yet. But he gets a little more intense. And then when Luigi starts jumping in, that's when he flips out and he tries to kill Luigi. I'll kill you. And he's like, he's literally trying to kill him. He sticks his fingers in his eyeball.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit. So they have to separate Koopa from Luigi. again, this movie is pretty funny.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it is pretty funny. The characters involved. I understand Dennis Hopper hated the movie. Bob Hoskins hated the movie. Like Osama doesn't care for the movie, but in retrospect, he was like, it was all right.
Yeah.
But like, yo, it was for it, all. They're my favorite characters in the movie already.
Yeah.
Mario, Luigi, and Cooper.
Yeah.
Like the way they personified the characters they were given, they were pretty good at it.
Yeah. They made the
this is
most
one
of
the
it.
funniest scenes- This is one of the funniest scenes in the movie to me. So they're thrown back in the cells. They don't know about they pretend they don't know about the stone because they don't. Mario and Luigi don't know why he wants them. He explained it to them, so they insist on playing dumb. So then when they get back, they understand. Luigi is telling them blah blah blah. Then Toad is like above them in a cell, I think, and he gives them the lore dump. Oh yeah, the king, he's the fungus. He spread all. He says I think the king is the fungus all around this thing. He's the first victim of de-evolution.
Yeah.
So he gives you that whole spiel. So now you know there's something called de-evolution. And he will face it very soon.
Yeah.
So they take the three of them out of the cells. They threaten them with de-evolution if they don't tell him if he doesn't tell them where it is. And basically to intimidate them, he does it to Toad first.
Yeah.
And you see when he hits a certain age, it has errors on it. And he hits an age for Toad, and it turns him into what they call a Goomba in this universe.
Yeah.
Looks nothing like a Goomba.
No, don't.
It is just a lizard man. It is a lizard man with a tiny head and a blank stare and a big goofy smile.
Yeah. I didn't get why they looked the way they looked. Like why their head shrunk so much.
Yeah, like that's like if you were gonna do Dinosaur Man, you could have just did a Dinosaur Man with a normal size head.
Yeah.
And they turn into this big, like they look like they're about 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
With a tiny little shrunken head. Like think Beetlejuice with the shrunken head. With broad ass shoulders. They have like a military coat on. So they're immediately soldiers, but like you know what a Goomba is? It's
Yeah.
a little mushroom man. What like how they draw the conclusion to name that what they named it. Like again, I'm not gonna say that this movie was showing signs of being faithful to the game. I didn't think that.
No.
Okay. But why did you have to name that?
Because they wanted to use something that came from the game.
And so it doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like anything, and you just can't associate with it.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the biggest feelings I think they had in this movie was trying to shoehorn the names of things or concepts. That's about the only real downfall of this movie. Again,
Yeah.
the scene was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the design, but for the time, it was practical effects.
Yeah. And
You know,
also,
the whole warping head thing, you know.
yeah, and also this is where Luigi kind of like realizes that the fungus is like kind of giving them things.
Yeah, he's starting to believe the story. He
Yeah.
sees the de-evolution happen in front of him, so he knows it's real.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's starting to believe the fungus is a thing.
And it started giving him like mushrooms.
Well, that didn't happen yet. That was way before that. That's an event towards the end.
Yeah.
And beginning, the first thing he did was point them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because he goes, the fungus, because they got, I will get to that. Because they have to escape from Cooper at first.
Yeah.
Again, Mario just talking shit the whole time. That's part of what Cooper's triggers was, is that he didn't have a temper. He had
Yeah.
he went from 0 to 100 if you talk shit. So he immediately got pissed off, and that caused them to be able to escape.
Yeah.
So Mario and Luigi get out of there. They have a little mini action scene where they kick them over, the guard over, and get out. Before that though, you do see Toad christened into the Goomba army.
Yeah.
But they give him back his harmonica.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Personality. You gonna play the song?
Yeah, I don't know why. They were just being nice to him. But anyway, that's another thing that conveniently plays into the movie. So they escape, and to get out of there, they have to go. This is what I say. This is the first time that the King Point helps them out.
Yeah.
Basically points them in the right direction, like flaps in the right direction first. So
Yeah.
and Luigi goes, I think the fungus is helping us. And he's like, go this way, trust me. And then so they go in a certain direction, and they get to the cop cars.
Yep.
Steal the cop cars. And they have this almost Blues Brother-esque chase scene through streets of whatever it is. See, this is the part where you realize the set is smaller than you think it is. Like, this world is tiny.
Yeah.
Like, so if Cooper's in the Twin Towers, they were in Brooklyn. They're supposed to still be in Manhattan and in the same spot where they were. Where they got to where they go is ridiculous. And then they end up in some impossible space because they go in this large chase scene, and then again they're saved by the fungus because they go off a cliff to escape from the cops, and it stretches like super long, and they don't bounce up and down. They just come to a nice convenient stop close enough that they can jump off.
Yeah.
And then you see that whatever part of the city they're in now, it's the desert. So I don't know where they are. They went to city limits, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is it Jersey? I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably Jersey. Most likely it's Jersey.
You know what I mean? Nothing is left. The apocalypse came to the dinosaurs. They only saved New York, apparently. So they were in there at nighttime, and they're walking into the daytime. This is what letting you believe. So this is what I'm saying. They're in impossible space right now. You don't know how far they are. So they're walking around. I don't know. I guess they're walking around the perimeter of the city. Cooper's like, where'd they go? He's like, so you mean to tell me you let these two guys that had this small ass thing, and now they're in the, he doesn't say it, but he's like, they're in the fucking desert. You better go find them. So, and he threatens the two twins, not twins, the two henchmen.
His cousins.
Cousins.
They're Cooper cousins.
The Cooper cousins now.
Clueless.
Clueless Cooper cousins. Now it's before the upgrade, right? They don't get the thing now.
No.
This is before that. This is the thing the straw that broke the camel's back, right?
So eventually,
so he sends them out to find them.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's I guess where we pick up from.
Yeah. So then you go to scene with Daisy. I think she's in the Koopa Tower. She meets a little dinosaur named Yoshi.
I would like to point out again. They point out to show you his headquarters is in the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Bombed out Twin Towers.
So Cooper informs Daisy that she's a descendant from the dinosaurs, believing that only Daisy can emerge the worlds because of her royal heritage. Eventually, the Mario Brothers rescue Daisy with the help of Toad and So that's going into this.
A few things that happen. So we see Yoshi. He's a little raptor man. Not a man. He's a little raptor. He's like we like to call him a throwback.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. They keep him as a pet. That's the only part of the movie I felt bad for. I was like, damn, I felt bad for Yoshi.
Yeah.
Why they got him chained up like that? So she falls in love with him, and then he saves her from the crazy lady Lena, who's been behind the scenes.
Yeah, he tries to eat her leg.
At first, working 100% for up until this point. Up until this point, she's still 100% loyal to Koopa. So she's actually doing her own dirt to get the stone to be the one to get it. So the Mario Brothers eventually come back. I forgot where they find them. Isn't this the part where they're like in this vent or something? And then that's where Luigi's like, trust the fungus.
Yeah.
That's where they're like hidden and like they're finding their way back. So they're like going through, I guess, a maze of tunnels and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they're under, I think, Koopa's buildings. They're right now. They're like, it's not far from Koopa. They're not back in where they came from. They're under Koopa Tower, and Luigi takes this trust fall. He jumps like an idiot. Oh yeah, before this they had the iconic scene. They found the lockers,
Yeah.
and they were gonna get. Oh no, we skipped the.
There's a lot of things we're going, but we gotta keep
No,
going.
they got the stone back from Big Bertha. That was my favorite scene.
Yeah, that's when she gave him the boots and the actual Mario suits.
Yeah, that's what they. No, they got the suits from the locker in the somebody who worked for Koopa. That was their suits. They sold that when they went inside the building and turned the AC all the way on.
Yeah.
And then broke it. And
Yeah.
They got frozen, and then that had a whole thing. So they were in the tunnels. They got saved by the fungus. Mario jumped, almost died. The fungus saved him.
This fungus saved him, but Luigi was fucking with him and he almost killed his brother.
No, he didn't. He was. It turns out he was dumber than anything.
Yeah.
He thought he found out it was a hook.
Yeah.
A hook. But he only knew that after he felt back. So.
Yeah, he almost killed his brother.
Yes.
Because of a joke. It's fucked up.
So yeah, in the interest of time, we don't want to go through everything. But like, the key things were they had the dance scene. The club owner was a lady they saw in the beginning. Bring that up. That's circle back around. That's set up another chase. They ended up underneath the buildings. The fungus was trying to lead them in the right direction, which was a cool thing. Like again, the lore, it was there.
Yeah.
And they worked it out in interesting ways. The fungus led them in the right direction. Then they get confronted when they finally get out. They find Daisy in the building, in the elevators. That was on the way up. This was another iconic scene, the elevator scene.
Yeah. With the fish underwater music, yeah.
So they had, they're stupid dinosaurs. So if you rock back and forth, they'll just dance. And then they had the whole elevator dancing. The one dude,
yeah,
they'll scatter. They find Daisy in the, I guess the top floor.
Yeah. No, when they find Daisy, she was with the girls.
Oh no, the girls. No, Mario saved the girls. That's right.
Yeah, but Daisy finds the girls. Like she's the one that sees that they're there with them.
Yeah, but she is not the one that saved them because she told
No, she's not the one that's saying. But I'm just trying to set the fact that she was one of the first ones to see them.
First,
yeah.
She was in the room with the king. She told them they introduced the king. Then they went back out. She told them where they were.
Yeah.
Then Mario's in the vents. He finds them. He tells the one that was his girlfriend to gather around. Blah blah blah. That's when they had the whole scene with the mattresses.
Yes.
And the pipe.
Yep.
And then the fucking Goomba falls off, and the other one's riding him down the pipe. Like they had some.
That was funny.
It was pretty funny. They end up. See, this is again impossible space. So you mean to tell me they were in Koopa Tower, fell down this pipe, and ended up back in the main area?
Yeah, like there's a lot of like areas like this has to be a small ass area.
Mm-hmm. So again, maybe this was that Blade Runner set out.
Yeah.
So they end up back in that main area, separated from Daisy again. Somehow she gets there mad quick, but again, look, they're not that far from each other, right? So she ends up there. She meets them later. They take the girls. They meet up with Luigi and Daisy.
Yeah.
And the part, this is basically the big showdown.
Yeah.
Koopa comes down in that. I don't know what it was at first. And he's like giving like this speech, give me the stone, what's in this now. Then him and Mario end up on the catwalk in the middle, and that's when he introduces the bomb.
Yeah.
To Luigi, because Luigi took it from the fungus. Because the fungus was trying to help.
Yes.
Which is all right. Okay.
The funky
and then
fungus.
So basically, the bomb is the equivalent of, I don't know, a nuke.
Grenade.
Everybody starts running.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was, I don't know, it was a little more crazy than that.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, everybody starts running and shit. Bowser's standing there. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention this, that the Super Scope is the portable de-evolution gun.
Yes, it is.
It was a custom Super Scope.
And then didn't they go into the city first before the big? Oh no, they during this fight they line up going back into the city, New York City,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when he shot the
They
Scampelli.
They go down. They find a way out.
Yeah,
They get let out, and they go to the city. Like they jump through the portal and whatnot.
yeah,
That lady who we said Yoshi has saved the princess from.
Yeah.
You know, she has the stone now. Mario calls like he bluffs during that confrontation,
yeah,
but she has the stone, and then she tries to get his attention, falls off, and then she turns into the Bride of Frankenstein.
yeah,
But she lives.
Yeah.
She gets electrocuted. She lives. Then she says, "Fuck it, I'm going to do it myself." She thinks she has the power. She gets fried and then baked into the wall as a skeleton, which is hilarious with the hair print.
yeah,
And then the bomb is still going during all this.
yeah,
Walks under, off the walls and stuff. Is guided by the fungus. The taxi driver's like, "Oh, bomb!" Oh. And then it ends up under Koopa, blows up, sends him flying in the air. He gets up. He's like, "Oh, what's going on?" And they have the de-evolution guns down there.
yeah.
They I forgot how he got the stone, because they had to get it from Koopa. Because remember, there was a whole scene with Koopa with the flamethrower.
Yeah. No, because remember the Bob-omb's still walking.
Oh yeah, that's what happens between that whole thing.
Yeah, the Bob-omb is still walking, so they go into the world, they come out the world, and the bomb is still walking its route.
Yeah.
And then once
they de-evolve, that's right.
Yeah.
And when she does a thing, they're like, "Oh yeah, she's merging the worlds." Oh, and then yeah, you're right, that happens.
yeah,
And then he turns the guy into the monkey.
yeah,
So Scampelli gets turned into a monkey. That's right.
yeah. And then they come back, and then the Bob-omb is still rolling, and then once the Bob-omb hit, that's when he got the gun.
The guns, yeah. And he's up there.
And he shoots Koopa, and Koopa turns into a weird looking fucking T-Rex.
See, first he turns into two things. He turns into a weird-looking man in a suit, and then that's when he gets blown up.
Yeah,
And then when he comes out of it, he's that weird-looking T-Rex thing, but he's not a full T-Rex, because you see, when they start shooting him full blast,
yeah,
he turns into a T-Rex, and then turns into goo.
yeah.
So he wasn't fully de-evolized, I guess. So,
Yeah.
but
It was
the funny
weird.
thing was that the I just noticed that was like a generic bad effect, but the T-Rex he turned into before he turned into goo looked better than the weird thing he turned into.
Yeah.
So whatever. That was just weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
But they had to shoehorn a Koopa reptile man in there somehow. So hope you were happy. That's all you get.
Yeah,
So that's it. He's dead. He turns into slime, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Literally, everybody's happy. So,
everyone
He was-
dances.
so the city is now cheering for everybody. That's it. They basically reunite, go back to the hole. They see the dead body on the wall, which is still funny. She doesn't do the thing because she stays in their world,
Yeah,
but she sends them back. And she's like, yeah, she has to stay. This is her world. She has to find out who she is. Blah blah blah. Luigi's like a love-struck puppy. Doesn't want to go. Again. This happened in like a day, 2 days.
probably a
No.
day or so.
Day. Like, dude, what? Anyway, so they leave. Everything goes back to normal. They basically fast forward. So this is basically the end of the movie.
Yeah,
They fast forward to Mario and Luigi just at home chilling. Daniela is cooking something, I guess pasta. I don't know what it was. Oh, yeah, it was pasta. And then
Yeah.
they like basically she sets the plates, and he's like, Luigi, dinner's ready. And he's looking at some shit, and he goes, "Hey, Mario, come over here," because on the TV it says the Mario Brothers who
Yeah.
saved these girls, blah blah blah. And then so they're getting accolades, and then as
Good.
they're getting accolades, boom, fucking Daisy kicks in the door
With guns and blazing.
with flamethrowers in hand, the fireball
Yeah.
shooters in hand, talking about, you gotta come with me, you're not gonna believe
Yo,
this.
if they would have made the gun like a fucking have like a flower on it, that would have been awesome.
That's cool.
But yeah,
He's basically giving them the end of the movie. There's the sequel teaser. You gotta come with me. The Mushroom Kingdom needs you. Let's go. And then they grab the tool belts and then cue the music.
so there was the tensions of a sequel to this movie.
Except everybody involved with the movie went crazy. So
Yeah,
didn't want anything to do with this because everybody hated it.
yeah.
Back
Sadly.
then, this movie was universally hated. I don't think anybody's hated about it.
Nah, John Leguizamo just like that was his first movie, so he doesn't really hate it in that sense.
No, he had movies before this.
Well, it was his second movie, I think.
Yeah,
It was
like,
first starring
fresh.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he was fresh. Everything was I think this was his first starring role.
Yeah, because Hanging Ho Boys, he was kind of
Yeah, he is the main character. You got it.
yeah.
But like before that, I don't think he had like a main character role. But he was in movies and stuff. So.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, what a way to break in, huh? That's
Yep.
just step right in a nice big old pile of poop. You walk in the door. Who
Well,
pooped inside this house?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it happens though, man. Everyone has those one bad movies.
It's just,
Sometimes it goes into a career, like a couple of people.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people weren't the stars. Literally, if you weren't a star, like, I don't know if you've heard of any of these people again.
Yeah.
I'm just being serious.
Well,
Like,
and,
what people-
Bob Hopkins was in a couple of things after this.
No,
And,
no, I think he was a star, like the
Yeah.
star. They were fine.
yeah.
It didn't hurt Dennis Hopper's career. He went on to have like great starring roles in other movies.
No,
But,
like a couple years later, he did Speed.
that's what I'm saying. It didn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
Like, but if you weren't one of the stars of this movie, yeah, I don't know if I heard of you.
The guy
Significance.
that played Iggy, he was in Friends, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, that don't count.
No,
Like,
man.
no, like everybody else is no.
Let me see. Let me see when Short Circuit 2 came out.
Maybe it was after this one. It was right there.
Oh, 88. No, that was before this. It was before this. So yeah, he. I don't think he had much of a career after this either.
Yeah.
But then again, look what he played an Indian dude. That's like he did blackface. No way.
So of course it wouldn't fly today, but it was accepted back then.
Yeah.
So he at least got a pass for it. Like nobody was gonna give him shit for it back then in 93.
Yeah.
So, but just this movie, that didn't even kill his career.
No.
This movie killed his career. Oh boy. So again, I guess that's our review of this movie. That's
Oh, wow, he's still working.
I'm sure.
He was in Law and Order SVU.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's
You
in
got-
that show though.
Everybody got to eat. You know how it is.
Yep.
But I guess maybe we should wrap it up.
Yep.
This was basically just for this movie. I guess
There's a lot to talk about.
This happened. Resident Evil came out,
Yeah.
so you can check out some reviews for it. Check out some videos for it. I recommend a mixture of both because I'm hearing mixed things about it.
I'm hearing a lot. Yeah, that was really weird that like GameSpot I think gave it like a 8 or a 6, and then you have IGN giving it a 10 or a 9.
People are saying the game's too short.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, but you get a free game with it, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, the first game wasn't that long either.
No, it's not, but it's at least 2 separate characters. You have, so basically her campaign equals about maybe 1
Yeah.
without the cutscenes of the other.
Yeah.
So in that respect, it's not that long.
Yeah.
And you playing through one of the games, it's not that long. But when you put together 2 against 1, it's short.
Okay.
So people looking at it from like that. But I'll have to say, listen, that's what Resident Evil 3 was.
Yeah.
The original was not longer than Resident Evil 2. It was the same. It's like going against the same formula.
Yeah.
And you're different formula. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and originally Resident Evil 2 was the better game.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just point in terms of Resident Evil 3, like it's a side story.
Yeah.
It's a remake of a side story. It is what it is. Like it wasn't people's favorite back then.
Yeah.
Some people liked it. There's a core few, but Resident Evil 2 was like the majority favorite.
Yeah.
So you kind of gotta, hey man, maybe that story wasn't so good to begin with.
Yeah.
But I heard they did some good things with it, and people are not mad at the story. So
Yeah.
that's the thing that's like, okay, good to hear. At least what you get to watch is not bad.
And then
Somewhat bad.
you got Final Fantasy 7 this week. That comes out as well. A lot of reviews are up and stuff like that. So I might actually go pick that up if I do, and I will have a little briefing.
For people in Europe, because of circumstances, and released the physical editions early.
Yeah.
So people had it last week.
Yeah.
Officially, and they were like, please don't spoil it.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen too much stuff. But I don't really follow anybody that plays like that
Yeah.
from the UK. So
Yeah, it's between that and Resident Evil 3. I think Final Fantasy 7 piqued my interest more because it feels like a longer game and something that to have in depth and stuff. And the fact that I haven't played the original, I'm kind of like, all right, let me just see what it's about.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you had to choose, I'd say pick whichever one you're gonna have
Yeah.
more fun with.
And it gives me time to finish Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
So
you
what do you give Mario as a review? Let's do from 1 to 5. 5 being the
give it a
best, 1 being
I give it a 4.
4.
I liked the movie.
It was fun. It was
Like
fun.
that's the main thing about the movie. I say it was fun. It
Yeah.
wasn't boring. It didn't make me go. It didn't make me groan or anything. It didn't make me like regret watching it. Like, oh, this is actually a fun movie. It's just I could understand being disappointed
Yeah.
for the time, 1993, being hella disappointed.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't bad. It was a fun, really weird movie. I think that's what you could classify it as. I don't know what it is. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's a fun movie. I agree. So I guess we started this verdict of video game movies out pretty good with Super Mario Brothers. We were kind of like, oh shit, we gotta watch this again. But I'm kind of glad that I got to watch it again, and just to be able to talk about it and to see what we see off this movie. Is it the same way we see it when we saw it? I think I enjoyed it more now. The fact that I get a lot of the one-liners and the jokes that I did as a kid. So I actually like the adult sense of humor into it as well. So I was like, all right, I'm digging this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
I give it a 4.
And I could tell that it was written. At least the people's like dialogue and stuff was smartly written.
Yeah, it was made for parents to like it. That's the movie was made, so it was made to and get parents into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
They want the kids to watch it, but they want the parents to like to enjoy it
Yeah,
as well.
I guess so.
All right. So next week is Double Dragon,
Oh boy, I don't
starring
think I'm gonna have the same reaction for that.
Scott Wolf and
I don't-
Mark Descasio.
The Costos.
Descasios, yes.
The Iron
Mr.
Chef's nephew.
Mr. Only the Strong.
Banana way. Banana way.
That'll be our and Alicia Milano. She's also in that movie.
Oh yeah, she's the man. Who's she married?
Yeah, she's the one that kind of like she has a very very memorable scene in that
Universe
movie.
and dragged off by an evil man.
Yeah,
That's terrible. That's the story of Double Dragon. How can they mess that up?
yeah, she kind of she was like a freedom fighter or some shit like that. So
What?
we'll see. And they had the medallions. Yeah. This one's gonna be one of those like, what the fuck am I watching? But
Can you believe that the cartoon came after this?
I'm surprised they actually went with stuff after this movie. But yeah, I was actually looking at the cartoon too. I was like, yo, I used to remember used to liking this cartoon.
I like the theme song. That's it.
Yeah.
And how stupid some of the bad guys were. That was it.
Was Trigger Happy?
Trigger Happy, and that's not the pink one, is it?
I don't remember who the fuck he was.
Gun for the arm.
Yeah.
That's the black dude. I think that's Trigger Happy. The one with the gun for the arm, and the pink guy with the ponytail was the smart one.
Yeah.
And there was the dumb skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh, that dumb skeleton.
And then Shadow Master had a mullet.
Had a mullet with a ponytail.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Double Dragon will be the next verdict for our video game live action movie review of things. We started off good with Mario. It went on pretty well. I think it was good.
Oh, you know, we could play a Double Dragon fighting game. Based on the Double Dragon 5, based on the cartoon. Oh,
I remember that game.
That's bad.
I remember that game. I really do. I remember renting it. And like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's terrible. No, Trigger Happy's the guy that looks like a sergeant.
Yeah.
Was cut with the gun for the arm.
Yeah. All right. So, we'll wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of the It Is Better Elsewhere podcast. Make sure you catch us anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That is on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, WordPress as well. Make sure you check out the YouTube and SoundCloud where you can hear the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast and the Wrestling Bible podcast. That's all RedCycloneInc, so no excuses. You at work?
You can follow me on social medias, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch TV, all Mark with the Mic. Follow us on our Facebook page, The Wrestling Babble, and the RedCycloneInc Facebook pages as well. We're very active on there and having discussions about everything, especially WrestleMania. And watch WrestleMania.
Yeah, do yourself a favor. It's really good.
It was Firefly Funhouse was amazing.
It's very unique. Watch that Boneyard.
Boneyard match was fucking amazing. So
yeah, man, get buried alive.
Yep. Poor AJ. I hope he's okay. I hope they let him have his Xbox when he got buried.
Oh Lord.
Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Don't touch his sandwich without washing your hands. You do. Take it.
Take a bomb from the fungus and throw it at him.
Yes. No. Throw the mushroom.
Put the mushrooms on his sandwich.
Oh Lord. And his balloons up. And he tries to bite it.
All right. Peace out, laters.